I'm the conscious lesbian on the go, spouting spirituality so we can grow. I'm the conscious lesbian on the go, spouting spirituality so we can grow. Hello, dear hearts. My name is Tyffany Howard. I'm an international speaker, author, and lesbian spiritual guide. And I come to you today at the beginning, the birth of LEZZ talk. Out here in nature. Why am I out here in nature? Because nature nourishes me. And our first conversation is about nourishment, self-nourishment. It's about relationship with self. Your relationship with yourself is the foundation for all relationships. So we begin with that. Having a relationship with self. Why is it important? Why do we need it? It's all about love. It's all about self-love. It is true. You cannot truly love anyone else if you don't love yourself. As lesbians, as human beings, you have to love yourself first. Somewhere along the line, begins in childhood, someone says something, or we learn something, or someone does something that makes us believe falsely that we're not enough, we're not worthy, and we're not valuable. And then we hang on to that false belief, and we carry it with us in adulthood. And when we have situations where we're triggered, we're reminded of that. We're reminded of that false belief that we're not enough, we're not worthy, we're not valuable. I say it's false because it is false. It's not who you are. And because we have that feeling, and it's grown and it's matured and it acts out, we do things to feel it. It's like a little hole inside of us, and we try to feel it. Okay? And when I say we act out, we may get anger, we may run, we may freeze, we lash out at people. We do other things too. We self-medicate because of that feeling. And that feeling not only is that we're not enough, we're not valuable, we're not worthy, that feeling at the root of it is what we're really saying is, what we're really needing is love. People lash out because they are feeling unloved. And we try to fill that void, we try to fill that hole, that emptiness, we try to mask that pain and stop that pain with alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, food, unhealthy food, sleeping too much. That was one of mine. Withdrawing, another one of mine. I would totally withdraw, become numb, wouldn't feel anything. You know how you try to fill that void. You know how you self-medicate. You know yourself better than I do. You're the expert of you. So when we have these feelings that come up, sometimes I call it being a little bit wobbly and shaky. Someone triggers it. Someone says something or does something. If we're feeling like we need love, if we're feeling like we're not enough, worthy, or valuable, we will attract people in our lives that show us that we're not lovable, worthy, or valuable. They will prove that. They will prove that belief to you by rejecting you. And that rejection is just a guide. That rejection is just a signpost. That rejection is a gift because it's telling you that there's something inside of you that's attracting it. So how do we stop it? Or how do we get better at choosing the right people, making the right choices for ourselves, stopping all the self-medication, self-love. Have a relationship with yourself. Spend time with yourself in nature. Get the nourishment you need from you, right? Take time to be by yourself, learning who you are, learning how to honor and trust your feelings. And the only way to honor and trust your feelings is to be with yourself and knowing, sitting with yourself and asking yourself questions. Soul, this is what I'm feeling. Why am I feeling this? And how can I change it? How can I heal it? Only you can answer those questions. You're not going to be able to get the answer from outside of yourself, from someone else, from something else, from a car, from a house, from a person, from a change in conditions. You can only get it from you, from inside here. When I hold workshops, I usually do this exercise where I have people close their eyes. Think about someone that you love so much, so deeply. And as you think about them, go in your body. Where do you feel it? Where? I feel it right here, inside of me. Why do I do that exercise? So that people can see that the love that they feel when they're thinking about someone doesn't come from out there. The person I was thinking about, she's not here. But the love that I feel for her is inside of me. So the love that I feel is the love that I feel for myself. It comes from within. But we're taught to not to love ourselves, that it's selfish. It's not selfish. Iyanla Vanzant says to love yourself is self-full. Self-full. You must love yourself. You must stop self-medicating because you're harming yourself. And that, my dear hearts, is unacceptable. You have to spend time with yourself. You have to stop criticizing yourself. I've done it. I still do it. But I can recognize it and I can stop it. How do I do that? When that ego starts acting up and I feel like I've done something I shouldn't have done, or I've made a misstep, and that thought comes up, I say, okay, Tyffany, stop. Stop right there. What's that thought? That's criticism. Why are you doing that to yourself? That's not loving. No, it's not loving at all. So stop it. And I apologize. Self, I'm sorry. Tyffany, I'm sorry. I love you. You're an amazing person. That's one thing you can do. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop judging yourself. You have to first stop judging yourself and stop criticizing yourself. And then you can stop judging and criticizing others. But it begins with you first. Stop judging yourself. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop looking at yourself in the mirror and degrading yourself, putting yourself down. That's not love. You wouldn't allow someone else to do it, I would hope. So why would you allow your own self to do it? Stop it. You have to be able to look in the mirror, see who you are, look in your eyes, see all of you, okay? Your light and your shadows, and accept it. Accept all of it, and love yourself. You have to be your first love. You have to be in love with yourself, okay? You have to be your greatest love of all. Stop terrorizing yourself with your mind. These minds of ours have constant thoughts over and over again. Fear thoughts, thoughts of lack, criticisms, on and on and on. And no one's doing it to us. We're doing it to ourselves. Late at night, can't sleep because of our mind going on and on and on about something that's not even real. You have to stop it. How do you stop it? Every time that it comes up, you have to make a point to practice this. What am I doing to myself? What am I thinking? Is this real? Is this true? No, it's not true. It's false. Am I not enough? Could that possibly be true? No, it's not. Am I not worthy? No, that's not true either. Am I unlovable? Of course not. There are many people who love me. These are false statements. Why am I listening to them? Why am I believing them? And then once you do that, you give yourself some positive talk. Okay, I know I'm beautiful. I know I'm kind. I know I'm understanding. Oh, I am amazing. And you will see a different feel come over you, different energy. It's about energy, right? It's about elevating your energy. We are energy beings, okay? And as energy beings, the law of attraction comes into play. Whatever we think, whatever we feel, we attract and create in our lives. If you're feeling unlovable, unworthy, and not enough, you will attract someone in your life who will prove that to you, who will show you that, who will make your belief real and true for you, and then you'll create a story. No one loves me, no one wants me, I'm unlovable, the last person didn't want me, the last person before that didn't want me. That's not the case. You didn't love yourself, so you created someone who saw that in you, mirrored that, because our partners are our mirrors. That person mirrors that back to you, and then you take it on as true. And it's not true, because you're source energy. You are a God. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you're magical, you're wonderment. You're more than enough. You just have to believe it. You just have to honor and trust your feelings. You have to start to create a new story. You have to implement practices that build yourself up. You have to love, heal, and uplift yourself. No one else can do it for you. No one else can. I know from experience, time and time again, when I got into relationships that didn't work out, I said, let's go back. What was going on with me? I was feeling like I wasn't enough. Actually, I was feeling coming from a state of abandonment, something I picked up as a child. My dad wasn't around because he was mentally ill, and as a child I felt abandoned. But now that I'm 47 years old, I know that he didn't abandon me. He was just mentally ill. It wasn't abandonment. So I had to face the truth. I had to stop using that as an excuse that I was abandoned. And why did I hang on to that story? Why do we hang on to our stories? Because there's some benefit in it. You get some benefit from it. My benefit was by telling that story and hanging on to it, I got attention, because as a child, I didn't get much attention. I didn't get hugs and kisses and I love you. I had to teach myself how to hug, because I didn't want to be that person. I wanted love and affection. You have to teach yourself, because our parents may not have been capable. They may not have known, because their parents didn't know. So they were doing the best that they could. But if you have some knowledge and awareness and consciousness of what's going on, you can change it. You have a responsibility to yourself to change it. to yourself first. Because you're acting out. You're drinking too much, or you're doing drugs, or you're eating unhealthy, or you're hanging around people who don't support you and put you down. Whatever you're doing it not because it's something that you really want to do. It's really not your fault. You may not know what it is, and what it is, you're feeling unloved. And you don't know how to get that love, so you're seeking it out in these unhealthy things. And my friends, we have to stop it. We have to stop it because we're greater than that. We're greater than that. It is no one's fault. Everyone's working from their level of consciousness, from their level of vibration, from their level of spirituality. And when I say spirituality, I don't mean religion. I mean vibration, consciousness, awareness, whether or not you are awakened, whether or not you are aligned with your higher self, with source energy, with spirit, with the greater intelligence, with your creator. That's what I mean. When you're feeling that uneasiness, that shakiness, all that is that you are not aligned with your higher self. You know when you're aligned with your higher self, everything goes right. You're in a state of joy and bliss. You're loving everyone and everything. And then, you're not aligned. But you can get back to that alignment. Abraham Hicks says to get back to that alignment, to that higher place, to your higher self. Go general. I do it every day when I feel that angst in my body. I go general. I say, Tyffany, this too shall pass. Tyffany, every day and every way you're getting better and better. Tyffany, all in all, you're doing well. Tyffany, you have such a kind heart. Tyffany, you are loved and loving. And it just changes my energy. You can feel it. Feel the energy in your body. That's why I say spend time with yourself. Get to know your body. Get to know what you feel and honor it. Don't discount it. Don't put it down. Don't say, it's just a feeling. No, it's a gift. It's a guide. It's a signpost. It's a message to you that you're not loving yourself, that you're not in a place of love, that you're not being who you truly are. That's all it is. But it begins with self-love. Hug yourself if there's no one around to hug you. I do it all the time. Be gentle with yourself and easy with yourself. Speak kind words to yourself. Take walks. Do things that you love. Okay? Stop pleasing others. And that's another video. But stop pleasing others. Stop betraying yourself. And you know when you're betraying yourself. And you're probably thinking what I have thought. I'd rather betray myself than this other person. It's both betrayal. And the greatest betrayal is betrayal of self. And you know when you're betraying yourself. I dated this girl, and I'm a romantic. And one day in the car, we're driving along, and I wanted to play this song for her. And it was really romantic, pretty much, "You're the one for me." And I played the song, and she says nothing. And I say, "What did you think of the song?" And she turns to me quickly, and then eyes back on the road, and she says, "You know I don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in the one. I don't believe in love." That's what she told me. I should have known then. She was telling me. And I knew it. And when it all blew over, or blew up, okay, she wasn't at fault. It was me. because I saw the warning signs, but I betrayed my feeling, okay? Because I had a gut feeling we were not matched, equally matched. I don't regret the relationship because she served a purpose. She helped me to love myself more and more and to trust my feelings. And it's not easy. It won't be easy. But the more you practice, it becomes easier and doable for you to trust your feelings. So stop betraying yourself and stop lying to yourself, sweethearts. I've done it as well. Stop lying to yourself. Okay? If there's something you don't want to do, say it. If there's something that you need, say it. Don't say that you don't need something when you do. Don't say that you're not angry when you are. Because if you're lying to yourself, whom else are you lying to? If you're lying to yourself, you're coming from a state of fear and powerlessness. If you're lying to yourself, you're not loving yourself. If you need something, say it. Okay? Please. These things that I'm offering, that I'm suggesting, are things that I've experienced, are tools that I use to love myself. I had to stop lying to myself. Stop pretending to be someone that I'm not, and trust that who I am is enough. That if it's not enough, that person will just vibrate out of my life because they're not worth me. They're not worth my time. They're not worth my deliciousness. Know that the right person will come into your life when you're at a place, when you are vibrating from your higher self and in true alignment with who you are. That person who's in true alignment with herself will come to you. But it all begins with you loving yourself. Other ways that you can love yourself. Think about it. Do things that you love. Go dancing if you love dancing. I love dancing. Take walks. Write. Whatever you love, whatever you enjoy, do that. Because when you do things that you love, you are teaching, training, what's another word for it? You are sending a message to your soul, okay? To your soul that you love yourself. To your soul that everything's okay. To your soul that you understand, that you know, that you get, that you are amazing. See, you're uplifting yourself when you're doing things that you love. You're healing your soul when you're doing things that you love. Again, it's not selfish, it's self-full. So do things that you love. Pamper yourself. Go on a vacation with yourself. Go to a movie by yourself. Have a date with yourself. I do it all the time. It's weird at first. But the more you do it, the more it becomes a practice. The more you take little baby steps, it will become easier. It really will become easier. Start today. Start today. Do something today that makes you feel out of this world, that makes you feel wonderful and gives you joy. Start today. I guarantee you that if you go down this path, changing your thoughts, changing your actions, changing your words, thought, word, deed, you will change right before your eyes. And when you change, everything around you will change. People will notice. People will see that you have changed. You'll be smiling more, and people love to be around people who smile. People will feel your energy, and people love people who evoke light-hearted energy in them. Try it and let me know what happens. Every day, take little steps on the path to loving yourself, on the path to getting to know yourself, having a relationship with yourself, and see what happens. I think you'll like it. Not only do you have to love yourself, you have to like yourself. And if you can look in the mirror into your own beautiful eyes and say, wow, I really like you. And I love you so much. And believe it and know it to your core. You're there. You're there, sweethearts. You're there. If you have any questions, any suggestions, please post them underneath this video. You can also send me an email at tyffanyhoward@yahoo.com. Tyffany is spelled Tyffany. Tune in next week for another conversation of LEZZ talk. Until next time, I want you to know that you're beautiful, that you're amazing, that you're great, that you are a goddess, that you are source energy. You can't help but be love. You can't help it. Namaste.